Hey, I'm Miss Payne.
And I'm Mr. Payne.
And we are the Payne Tonics.
And friends.
Yes. Listen to that instrumentation that they are able to do.
Yeah, you're rocking that, man.
Really?
Good
Love
job.
it.
Anywho, we're going to sing one of our special numbers just for you.
It's all about that D-I-V-I-S-I-O-N.
What does that spell? I don't know. I didn't learn to read.
It's division. But it's division.
Division!
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you when you're gonna divide. You're gonna divide. You're gonna divide. You're gonna divide. When you have the total. Equal group. You're gonna divide. Gonna divide. Break. Or parse it out.
Parse it
Woo! Oh
Right,
yeah!
right.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! You better sing it, girl!
Your turn, solo.
Okay, we're gonna stop there because they didn't want to do their part. All right, you all just had a chance to hear the Payne Tonics, and I probably look the same. I didn't look the same. Anyway, but you got to hear a chance to hear the Payne Tonics, and I'm just gonna let you know that group right there, they're YouTube sensation. So get tickets when you can. I paid those folks to come through and sing, and I wanted to pay them $42. There are 4 members of their band. Yes, there were some members that didn't do their solo part, but you know what? You were holding it down with the instrumental. So they still want to get paid. So anyway, they're going to be dividing to figure out how much each person gets. We would divide $42 by 4 because there's 4 members of their band. And they were paid $42 to do that amazing division song. Okay? And so each person wants to get the same amount of money. So when I'm trying to divide 42 by 4, I'm going to count by 4s, and I'm not going to go past 42. Okay? And I'll see what I get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can divide 42 by 4, and I know that I counted to 40, and so that's counting 10 times. So my answer is 10, but I have that leftover 2 because I only got to 40. I didn't get to 42, and I couldn't go to 44 because that'd be acting like we were paid $44, and that group did not get paid $44. They only got paid $42. So I have 10, and I have that leftover part, which remember we called that earlier the remainder. So I have 10 remainder too. So each person would get $10. Okay, so let's just imagine that. This person gets 10, this person gets 10, this person gets 10, this person gets 10, and that's 10, 20, 30, $40. Again, if I gave each person another $1, then we have more money than we actually had. So what do I do with the leftover $2? Well, I mean, singer 1 was on point. Okay, they were doing an amazing job. We can give them the $2. Or we can maybe say singer 1 and 2, since they were kind of doing the lead vocals, that they should get it. But I think our instrumentalists, they're going to feel a little left out. And their smile will turn into a frown. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure everybody gets the same amount of everything. So what the best option would be in this situation would be to break up that $2. And when I'm thinking about $2 breaking it up, I can break it up into 50 cents plus 50 cents plus 50 cents plus another 50 cents. Put my $sign so we know we're talking about 50 cents. Okay, and so then each singer would get, on top of the $10, they'd also get the 50 cents. All right, so each singer would get an additional 50 cents. And if you think about breaking $1 in half of $1 is 50 cents. And we had $2 left over, so we broke this $1 in half, and we broke the second $1 in half. So each person would get $10.50. And that would be what we can do with our remainder instead of just getting rid of it or not using it at all. All right. make sure that you record this on your accountability. For Thanksgiving dinner, I'm having 12 people come over. And so for my Thanksgiving dinner, the best part of Thanksgiving is the desserts. So I'm going to have 2 cakes and 2 pies. Each cake and each pie is going to feed 8 people. So there will be 8 slices in there. And so I'm trying to think, if I take my pies and my cake and I break them into 8 pieces, and I don't make a big mess on the table. All of these things. I'm trying to see how much will each person receive. Ah! My pie is falling apart. My pie is falling apart! Now my cakes. Don't they look so delectable? I know you guys are wondering, can I get some? I want to come through the screen and get some of that pie. It looks so good, and that cake. Yeah, my nieces and nephews made these. Okay, the last one I gotta cut up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it looks amazing. I know you guys can eat it. So, when I look, I have 8, 16, 24, 32 pieces in all. And I have 12 people coming over. Now, I'm going to skip count by 12s, and I'm not going to pass 32. 12, 24, I can't actually go to 36 because that's past 32. So I know each person is going to be able to get 2 pieces of cake or pie, but I'm going to still have an extra 8 left over. Now what am I going to do with those 8 pieces of pie? Well, I guess I could eat them myself. 8 pieces of pie, me eating that on top of the other 2 I got already, that probably isn't a good situation. But it's something I can do. Maybe I could freeze them and then save them for another day when I have people coming over. I could also take my leftover 8 pieces, which is almost like a whole pie, and I could break each piece into 3 pieces, and then I would have a total of 24 little pieces. Look at how tiny these are. I would have a total of 24 little pieces, and each person could get another 2 because 2 times 12 is 24. So I could do that. But when I have a situation like this, I get to choose what I'm going to do with that leftover. But if I want to be fair and I don't want to cut my slices any smaller, then I would just not use my remainder of 8. I would set that to the side. And so I would tell myself 32 divided by 12 equals 2 with a remainder of 8. All right. In a previous example, we talked about looking at our pieces of cake and pie. So we had 2 pies that had 8 slices each. We had 2 cakes that had 8 slices each. So 16 slices of pie, 16 slices of cake. We had 32 total pieces of cake and pie. And I had 12 dinner guests, including myself. So with this one, I would have had the division problem of 32 divided by 12. Okay? And I was looking for the slices for each person. Now, if I skip count by 12s, I don't want to pass 32. I would say 12, 24, again, can't say 36. So therefore, each person gets 2 slices of pie. But then I'm left, and cake, but I'm left with 8 more slices. Okay? What am I going to do with those 8 leftovers? That is my remainder. Because in this instance, I want to be fair. I want everyone to get the same amount of food, same amount of desserts. I want everyone to have the same opportunities to need to go to the dentist. Okay? So I have my 8 left over. So I am just going to simply write this as 2 remainder 8. So the R, I don't have to write out the word remainder each time. I can just simply put the R. So I'm going to have some friends over, and we're going to have some cookies. And I just really am trying to get rid of these cookies, but I want to make sure that I have enough cookies for all of my friends. And so I have 14 cookies. I want to split them evenly among my 3 friends that are coming. So I'm just going to take the cookies and I'm going to evenly distribute them. I want to make sure everybody gets the same amount of cookies. I don't want anyone to get more cookies than the other, because then they would probably question if we were really friends, if they got fewer cookies than someone else. Okay, now I have, each plate has 4 cookies on them, and I have 2 cookies left over. Now this is a remainder, because I don't know what I'm going to do with these 2. I can't put them here because then this friend's going to feel left out, because they won't have any. Can't go this way because then this friend will feel left out. So I have to determine what I should do with that remainder. Well, I want to keep the peace with my friends, so I'm not going to give any friend some extra cookies. What I could do is I could break my cookies in 3 parts, and that's going to be kind of hard, just being realistic with these cookies. Look, I don't know if my pieces are going to look the same size. Some might look smaller than others. So I don't know if that's the best solution. Sometimes it works well, but with these kind of hard cookies it might not work well. Another option is I can just save these for myself later. Or I could even ask the girls, hey, what do you guys want? Is it someone that doesn't want a cookie? Well, anywho, today I'm not going to think that hard. I'm just going to eat the leftover cookies, and I'm not going to worry about these for my friends. I'll just eat them for myself. Alright. Okay. So, in looking at this problem, I divvied out the cookies I had, and when I started with 14, I divvied them out to the 3 different friends, and I was able to give each friend 4, and I had 2 left over, so I had a remainder of 2. Now, I just thought about what I needed to do with that remainder, and I could have broken them up, so that was a little messy, wasn't really practical, and then I just decided I'm going to just hold on to them. And so my answer to this problem would simply be 4 with a remainder of 2. Okay, so 14 divided by 3 equals 4 with a remainder of 2. All right, make sure you record that on your accountability sheet. Okay, just wanted to share some big idea moments. Number 1, when we're dividing, we have a total amount and we're trying to give equal groups. We want every group to be the same size. And so because of that, there are going to be some times when I can't divvy out everything. I can't share every item I have. That's when I have a remainder. There are some instances when having a remainder is going to mean that I have to add an extra group or an extra thing. Okay? So for example, if we were looking at cars and I had 20 people going into a certain place, and I had cars that would seat 6 people. Well, 20 divided by 6 would be 3 with a remainder of 2. Now, I can't say, okay, we're only going to take 3 cars, because 2 people got left out, and I don't want to leave them from going to this place. So I would ultimately have to take 4 cars. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that your mind is really starting to think about, what do I do if I can't divide everything evenly and I'm left with a remainder?